Over 1,000 Christians killed in Syria. 16 Christians killed in Nigeria. Pastors imprisoned and sent to labor camps. Christians ordered to death. Christian churches burned. Christians being burned, beheaded, crucified, tortured to death, and imprisoned. So why are Christians persecuted so much? I found this really good article that explains it in a summarized way. There's a few reasons why. Number one, Christianity is the largest religion in the world. It's everywhere, and there's lots of Christians today in the Muslim world. Number two, the land that is now Muslim was originally Christian, including the Middle East and North Africa. There's at least 10 million Coptic Christians in Egypt, where it's predominantly Muslim. Syria has millions of Christians too. Also, Christians are called to evangelize, plant churches, and spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, so they're more exposed and visible, and this poses a direct challenge to the legitimacy of Islam. Jesus calls us to the Great Commission in Matthew 28 and calls us to make disciples of all nations. Muslim invaders of original Christian countries have passed anti-apostasy laws, which often calls for the death penalty of Christian converts. I found this cool map of the history of world religions that shows us the birth of Christianity after the death of Jesus and how it spreads throughout the world. The blue is Christianity spreading around the world. You see how it spreads throughout North Africa, the Middle East, and it goes into Europe. And then around 570 AD, the birth of Muhammad came, and you see Islam spreading across all the lands that were originally Christian, in North Africa, the Middle East, and it starts to go into Europe as well. Then it starts to enter into Russia, and it starts to move a little bit more to the east into Indian territory, as you see there, and it just keeps spreading. It's the fastest growing religion. Then Christianity starts spreading with lots of missions abroad, and you see that spreading rapidly around the world. It's a very cool map. It also shows the birth and rise of all other religions over a 5,000-year span. Remember, Christianity has always been persecuted. Since Jesus and the early apostles and primitive church, they've all been practically martyred. Christians throughout history have died for their faith rather than recant their faith, from the Roman Empire to extremely religious Muslims of today and governments like in North Korea, which today is ranked the worst for Christian persecution. Christians are also taught by Christ to never deny him. We read this in Luke 14:33. But whoever denies me before men, I also will deny before my Father who is in heaven. This is opposed to the surprising Muslim teaching that Muslims can openly deny their faith when their life are threatened, and as a strategy of war. It goes on to explain that their faith lets them get away with this because as long as they remain Muslim in their hearts, they believe they're right with God. I'm going to put the links below to this great article about why they're persecuted, and as well for this really interactive map regarding the history of the world religions over the... I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. Check out the previous videos that I've made. And if you have any comments or anything, just put them below and we can take the discussion further. Have a good one, guys. Take care. God bless.